Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today it's back into our game of Decisive Campaigns, Ardennes Offensive. This is our Let's Play against the Allied AI, and it is now round three. It's the 16th of December, still the first day of the conflict, or of this particular conflict. It is 1800 hours, so we're in the afternoon phase, and we've moved about halfway down to the map. Down the map, we're into our motorized forces here. We've just moved the 12th Division, and this has come up before, but I just wanted to reiterate. I know German doctrine is to move the armor and the motorized first, create the breakthrough, and then plug kind of I guess, the walls of the tunnel with the infantry. I understand that. But we're playing a turn-based game, right? And so I like to move the infantry first. And the reason I like to do that is because if there is a surprise out there, a booby trap, if you will, I would rather that some Fallschirmjägers, for instance, take the brunt of the losses as opposed to our Tiger group here, right? Or one of the other armored groups, the Panzer IVs, Panzer IIIs, to the extent we have them out here, Tigers, Panthers. I would much rather the infantry take those losses. And so I probe a bit with the infantry. Look, there's only so much that you can perfectly recreate in a game like this. I mean, I think it's a great, great game. Don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody could do it properly, which is you would have some scouting missions that were out there. You would have, whether they be some kind of special forces or otherwise that are behind the lines. You would have a good idea, or maybe a little better idea, of exactly where the Allies are on the ground. And so I like to move some of the infantry out first before I move my motorized, just to cut down on motorized losses. I've always found in any game like this, it's advisable to do that. So, I know that had come up before. Wait a minute, you're not following German doctrine. Well, we really, in most cases, are. I mean, their armor is obviously way out here to the west as opposed to most of the infantry. Here's 12th Division here. We've got a lot of motorized elements that are a good, 100 kilometers to the west of them. So it's not as if we're not out in front with some of the motorized and armor, but where I can anyway, I like to move that infantry and just probe a little bit. So we're right in this area here, and you can see on the mini map where that is. I mean, we're in the north of the center. Now, what we classically think of as the Bulge is actually south of here, but up here in 6th Panzer, we can break through. This was kind of the northern part of the Bulge, but you can see that the Americans still have some force, here that we haven't dealt with necessarily, but it's isolated. I mean, that's completely isolated. This unit's completely isolated. You have this right here, which is kind of the furthest east, I would say the Americans are in the center part. And then as we come down, the Fallschirmjägers will have to deal with this. But let's start playing the game. Enough chit chat. But before I do move this motorized, the reason I started with that is before we move this motorized, I do want to move these Fallschirmjägers and get them moving out here. Now we've got some in the back, and let's scoot back a little bit and just see where they are, that still have to, make their way to their front. They're kind of, I don't want to call them reserve forces at all. They just started back behind, further behind the lines than some of their compatriots here. And so we need to get those moving up. What do we have here just to make sure? Okay, this is the Sickerung. Those are kind of garrison defensive forces. All right, so let's get these Fallschirmjägers moving down the road as fast as we can to come help hold, or, well, I mean, we're moving around here. I'm actually being a little more offensive with them than I thought I would be. Now, we could do a group move and move all four of them. Their total stack is already too high, though, so I'm going to break them up a little bit. So there goes one of them. And then this one I'll bring up a little bit short. These are 8th Fallschirmjäger Regiment. Okay, now we've moved these up here where we have artillery, and you can see the total stack is 168. In this game, 200 is the number that you're thinking about when it comes to stack. And the final group, I guess we'll have to leave it right there. All right, so those guys are moving up. We have some of these Sickerung back here as well that are part of 6th Panzer. You can see 6th Panzer is here with some anti-aircraft. No need to move that. I mean, we'll get things moving on the way here before 6th Panzer really has to go anywhere. And so now we'll get right down in here. And as I said, I'm going to wait on the motorized momentarily. Momentarily, we'll get it moving here in a second. You can see we do have an element here of 12th Division. That is something we're going to probably want to put up right here to hold this and get the motorized all around that, right? But let's go Fallschirmjäger and see where we want to go with these guys. Now, these Americans, I would love to trap them, and I think as part of that, probably getting up to these heights would make some sense. Now, we may get a little fire here. We do not, actually. And then I'm going to put them up here on this ridge. What is this? Heavy forest in the snow. Well, these guys would probably rather be down here, right? But this gives us a nice height advantage. It's a good defensive spot to be in, so we're going to go up there with this part of the 5th. And then we have this part of the 5th that can also go around and start to try to trap these American troops. It wants to go straight through this way. Now, this is just anti-tank. We go there, okay, we take no fire. Now, we may almost certainly take fire here. Excuse me. Um, hmm. Let's leave him there for a second. I want to see how far around I can get this unit. Okay, he can't, you can see the minor river here that kind of extends up this way. And I don't want to leave some of this too exposed. Now, what do we have coming behind here? This is that group that we just moved. We've also got artillery. He's in the fields. Now, cavalry is kind of a mixture between soft and hard targets. We also have the anti-tank, and cavalry. This is not a very strong force, right? And so maybe I don't have to be quite as careful as maybe I would be normally. We also have the 3rd. Well, this is anti-aircraft. What do we have here? That's part of the 9th. Okay, so this is the 5th. Let's keep this moving around here. And we'll get all these guys moved around. Let's take up. He did take some intercept fire there, and we do lose 10 Yager forces. Okay, well, I'll be darned. Maybe I'll just leave him up here then. He's got a nice height advantage there. I think that's fine. I'm not looking to be overly offensive with these guys, but I think maybe it's time to, get the artillery raining if we can. So we've got this part of 5th, which, is here. I mean, he's going to be part of this. Um, he's the artillery part of this regiment, though. Maybe move him up into town before we fire, or do we fire first? Well, it's a good question. Let's go ahead and fire, I think, down into this cavalry. Cancel. Maybe we hit this anti-tank, actually. What is this? Terrain. That's field snow. That's fine. Let's go ahead and go after that anti-tank and try to completely take that out if we can. Well, that may be a little harder than I thought. We did take out one bazooka, 4 U.S. trucks. Okay. So that artillery, it's going to eventually have to get around here. Now, we used all of its points doing that fire there. We have 2 KGs underneath here, Wolf and Hard. Now, one of these guys maybe can kind of hug this southern uh, movement here, this road, kind of protecting the armor up here. Maybe that's what we want to do with it. As part of that, we could get this going up and around and stack it here with the Fallschirmjäger. I think I do want to do that. What are we going back straight to? Wolf is going to the 150th Panzer Brigade, and you see the 150th here. Now, Piper, I believe, is he part of the? No, he's part of 1st SS Panzer. So the 150th Panzer, let's go look at the OOB of this and just look at 150th Panzer. Okay, it's only Wolf, Shear, and Hart. So he's got 3 Kampfgruppes that are directly underneath him, but that's, I don't want to say it. I mean, that's a lot of firepower. But I think maybe these guys we take kind of down this southern pass here. Um, I think that's maybe the way to go with them. All right, so that's the headquarters. We're not going to move the headquarters first. Here's Wolf. Let's bring Wolf all the way around here. Let's bring Hard maybe here and start trapping there, but I really would like to get across the, I mean, speed is of the essence, right? We could also take this Fallschirmjäger and go here potentially. This KG has nothing left to attack there. The only problem here is this is a fairly weak unit. You know, they could attack here. Now, I don't want to give them a retreat, but I also think that that could really expose that. What is the stack here? 93? Okay, so hard can go up and around, and that also kind of answers my question with the Fallschirmjägers. We don't have to move these out as fast. We can kind of keep these just hanging around here a little bit. All right, so 150th then, these guys are still in command. He can just sit here and Krellwinkel. That's fine. This Stug is part of 1st Panzer, so I'm just going to move it over here so I don't think it's part of this group. Why would I do that? I'm talking about it, but you know, I just don't want to get confused about that. What do we have here? These are just planes. Okay, this is part of ninth, and then we have the ninth, the artillery here. We have third Fallschirmjäger division. Okay, so does the ninth go back? Yeah, all of these go back to that divisional command. Okay, good to know, good to know. We could also play a recon card here. I think I will. Let's play the recon card out here. That's just to help these guys, right? So let's play the recon card on this unit that's furthest out and try to get any more information we can. We get to know a little more about this. I just wanted to uncover if anything was maybe up here or down, you know, down here at Holtzheim. We didn't see much. Okay, we've moved these guys. We've got anti-air here next to its command. We've got artillery here that could fire. And let's go after this cavalry this time. Since we didn't do a whole lot of damage to the anti-tank, and we don't do a whole lot of damage to the cavalry, but we get an idea. I say not a whole lot. We didn't kill anything, but you know its effectiveness went down a little bit. Let's see here what he's got, though. I'm just kind of curious about that. It's not an insignificant force. I mean, he's got 4 M8s. The Scott, he's got 10 Greyhounds, 6 of the half tracks, 9 of the Stuarts. That's actually not a bad force. A little better than I thought it was. Now I'm kind of glad that I looked. Um, I think this anti-aircraft, I'm tempted to put it in with the 150th Panzer. Now we just shot this artillery. Okay, here's another bit of the ninth. I think this, I kind of want it to be up here on the heights a little bit. Is this how it wants to go? I wish I could get into this town, but it doesn't look like we can. Okay, I'm going to go here first and here second. Okay, excellent. We don't take any fire. We have this height advantage now. We're looking down at Wickereth. This then, you know, how far do I want to get this out of isolate? I thought I wanted to come here and take, you know, any part of this retreat. Now, we also have this engineer group that could, well, let's move it up the road. Okay, we've got this part. As I look down here, this is 18th Division here, so it can handle, you know, some of this. Let's get this going here and here and try to block more of the Americans' lines of retreat. Oh, this is also where we hit that artillery last time and really did some damage to it. Now I'm tempted to take the engineers here and give this a shot, but I don't want them to have this road out, and I don't want them to have this other road out. So I'm going to keep this just moving along. Okay, we can go down into that town, and we could actually almost get all the way around here. But we would leave this road open. Yeah, I don't want him to have any way out of here. This road, hmm, this can take on that artillery if that's what we really want to do there. We'll look at that closer when we get to 18th. I think this is fine. This road is blocked. Well, let's go across the river. Actually, let's set him right there. That is not a particularly strong force. These Americans could try to force their way out of here, but you know they should be in a bit of disarray, right? Um, how far around here can I get this? Well, not that far. Okay, he's a little more exposed maybe than I'd like him to be. You could say go here, but then I just open up this road here. If they go back here, though, they would have to jump across. Now he's across this river anyway. I'm going to leave him there for now. I may come back and revisit that. Is there anything else back here that we need to grab? No. Now would probably be the time to do the motorized, but I'm going to wait just 1 second. And I'm going to take Oh, we have a real nice chance to cut off a lot of this American stuff here. Now he's going to have a height advantage. They have a height advantage. You can see the elevation change there. Let's move him on this road and see what an attack on the. That's what I was hoping for. So let's attack that artillery and hopefully completely destroy it. Oh, they have 2 tractors left. Okay, well, we took out most of that. There's not a whole lot left. Okay, so he's going to sit here on this road now. That's fine. That's kind of almost where I'd want him anyway. Maybe at the elevation would be a little bit better. We're going to have to try to get up here and to this bridge. It's part of the reason I wanted to get across here. This bridge, the Americans almost certainly are going to try to blow, I would think. Uh, okay, well, let's get to moving around here. Let's look at the hex. This is in fields. That's not what we want. We can move him down this road. We could even move him up into this or here. We've got artillery back here. I don't want to get too crazy, but um, we could take these engineers around here and play defense there. You know, again, speed is going to matter. This is part of the 295th. Where's the rest of the 293rd? Oh, it's all the way back over here. Okay. Well, that's not where I expected to see him. Heavy force snow. This is artillery. He's just out in the fields. This is the regimental artillery. I'd rather hit that with the divisional artillery and go counter battery fire with that. Let's see what we get. Oh my. All right. Well, we just completely destroyed that. 12 bazookas, 80 rear area troops, and that is just gone off the map. Excellent. Okay. I mean, that's what you want when you hit the divisional artillery. Just looking back here, I'm always worried I'm forgetting something. There is that, and then we have the 295th. This is what was moving around here. Here's another. Oh, I see what we can do. Okay, let's do this then. Let's get the 295th moving down this road. How far do we go? Yeah, let's go all the way into the town. All right. And then we'll take this part of the 295th and we'll go protect up here. You know, they kind of got discombobulated there a little bit. And yes, there is a gap there, but I think I'll take this 6th Panzer Army element. Let's put him there, and maybe he could do kind of an overlook here, or he could just get on the road. Let's put him there. Let's put him there. Okay, and then I'll take this other part. So I've got 295th out here. The 293rd is going to meet up somewhere over in here, I guess. This part of the 295th then I think will go right here. We've also got this 6th Panzer artillery. Now what's he in? Fields? Fire away, my friends. Let's try to really put a hurting on this. And I think we should be able to. 10 152 millimeters go after this. We knock out 50 USGIs and some trucks. Okay, let's hit that again. Okay, not quite as good. We take out a bunch more trucks and 10 GIs. Okay, all right. Now we've got both of these places blocked off. I mean, if he wanted to go back here and get the artillery, I guess certainly he could. But let's now then go after this with the regimental artillery. That was the part of the 295th. A lot of this artillery I'm going to move at night. Um, so, fire during the day, then move it kind of, forward or where you want it at night. I just think that'll be more efficient. 60 GI greens get hit this time. I mean, we're really softening those boys up. 18, 18. Okay, so that's divisional. This is regimental. That was regimental, the 294th. Then we get down here and we have more engineers and we have some anti-tank. Now, the anti-tank may be more useful down here, certainly. Um, these engineers could just move forward. Yep, let's do that. And then the anti-tank, there's tank elements up here. I mean, it shows as cavalry, but there's certainly tank elements in there. There's tank elements down here. Um, he's got to get out on a road here at some point. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to put him here, I guess. All right, let's put that anti-tank there. So our artillery's back here. The divisional headquarters is all the way down here. So some of these guys are certainly not in full command. He is just sitting in the light forest. I really want to get him up here into town, so he may kind of move beyond his guys here a little bit right at first. Um, okay, what's the attack look like here? 2, 3. It's only 2 to 1. I thought he was a little more isolated than that. I think so. The Fusiliers could stay here. Certainly. Although the 294th can't really go that far. It's in the heavy forest. Okay, I'm going to bring the Fusiliers around, start trying to come down this road with them. I mean, this unit really has nowhere to go. We've got two parts of the 294th here. Okay. Their artillery is there. Anti-tank. That's all fine. Not sure we need to move this guy really. I don't want to give him an out here, so maybe I will. I'll put him down here. I'll put this here, uh, this bit of the 294th, and this bit will stay here. I mean, there's really no place for this to go, right? I mean, he's completely isolated. You would think after a couple of turns, he was really going to be in bad shape. But I think for the most part, that takes care of the 18th up here. And then we just have to figure out what are we doing here? Well, we've got some Nebelwerfers. And remember, we moved the core all the way out here. So we need to take care of that. We've got artillery here. Kind of an odd place for artillery to be, certainly. We've got this element of the 293rd that can get, start trying to get around here to his guys. This is just, way behind the lines now, as are these guys for the most part. Let's get this infantry moving up and around. Here's the elevation. Could we get down into this town? I mean, I'd like to if we can. Let's go there. How much do we know about this? 52 and 34. Well, we should know if something's in there. Yeah, so nothing's in there. And then we have this artillery that could either turn around and fire, or it could get at a little more defensible position. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're kind of widening out here, trying to isolate these Americans. Let's get this artillery of the 293rd. I mean, his guys are up here, right? But he really needs to get down here with some protection. I think I'll probably leave the divisional headquarters there. And then the Panzerjagers, what else do we have here? We have Nebelwerfers and the Corps. Okay, well, we definitely want to get the Panzerjagers in there just to protect against that cavalry trying to attack the Corps headquarters. Okay, nothing back there. Sickerung there. I believe we fired all of our artillery. We could try to do a ranged attack here. Let's see what's left to fire. Well, we've got a lot of stuff, right? The 18th can fire. I don't want to fire any of the SS or any of the stuff we haven't gone through yet. Um, but you could see 294. These guys all can do a ranged attack, all in 18th here. Where is that artillery? Hold on. Before I do this, I just want to make sure I understand where that artillery is coming from. Did I have one back here that I haven't moved? Or haven't fired, I should say? Not there. Not there. Where's that arty coming from? Did this have... No, that's Nebelwerfer. Okay, let's look at this again. Ranged attack. It's this... It's 1818. Okay, so it's divisional. Can he still fire? No. No. Must be from here. I'm not seeing any other divisional artillery. Hmm. Okay. Well, just checking. Just making sure. Let's do ranged. Let's do out of the headquarters. We can do that. We've got the 293rd Regimental that can still fire. We've got a portion of the 294th that's got ranged weapons. And we can do 146. Okay, that's what... Is it 12764? Okay, well, let's let fire. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. We may get a little return fire, although we're not seeing any. Well, that didn't do a whole hell of a lot, did it? But now we kind of know what he's got. Um, okay, well, that was into heavy woods. That's, what's going to happen into heavy woods more times than not. And we're going to keep going down here. I'm going to keep doing the infantry. And then here when I kind of hit a roadblock, not literally, but figuratively, then we'll go back up and move the motorized. Okay, so this is all 18th. Got it. Okay. Now we're into the 62nd, and what is the 62nd up to? Well, it's trying to get out here to this main road. It does not look like the Americans have blown that bridge, which I think is probably a bad idea. From their perspective, we also have some artillery here. Where is he on? Those are fields. Okay, well, that's what we want to try to hit. 190th Regiment. Fire away. All right, we do a little damage there. We get a couple of mortars out and a bazooka. All right, so that's good. And then we can also, I think, shoot this Nebelwerfer that way because it really tears up soft units, right? Because we'd certainly like to get this out of the way if we can. And then we've got artillery back here that goes straight back to 5th Panzer Army. So now we're down into the 5th Panzer Army. We still haven't moved the 6th Panzer Army, but we'll get there. And as you can see, the Army artillery that has the 105, 122, and the 152, that will really rip up stuff, and it certainly does there. Okay, I don't think we have any more artillery to move or to fire, at least up in that area. We do have some artillery down here that can either go counter battery there or continue to soften this up. This is pretty trapped here. Tell you what, why don't we fire the divisional artillery? Okay, he does have a what appears to be some kind of motorized force also there. Look at that. Talk about just tearing that up. We take out a lot of stuff there in that artillery grouping from our divisional artillery. We go back. You can see header group B. You know we're about to the middle when you see that. I think then this regimental artillery. Nope, I'm sorry. This is divisional artillery. I mean, it's a regiment on its own. Let's also have that hit the counter battery fire there. One bazooka, two trucks, hit some veterans, uh, three more trucks down there. That's all good. Okay, and then we've got some Nebelwerfers up here. As a matter of fact, we have two of them. Let's just hit with both of them. Okay, let's try to hit that infantry with both Nebelwerfers, and you can see the kind of damage you can do with those rockets. We take out 3 81mm mortars, 4 bazookas, 10 veterans, 80 greens. really doing some damage to that unit. And now we can move back up here and start thinking about attacking it, right? What does this attack look like? It's already 4-1. Okay. Stu, we've got this guy. I don't, no reason to attack across the river really. I'd like this to get out here if we can. Um, we've already come across the river one way. Really, he should probably back up, but we could come here. What does this attack look like? It's downhill. We go to 2-1 there. Eh, I don't love that as much as I was hoping I would. The divisional headquarters is there. We've got units down here, and then we get into the next division. Um, this artillery just looks easy for the pickings. What else is up here? Oh, okay, it's got a little bit of a cavalry force. I see. Well, let's then go here and get a concentric attack. 183rd, 190th. You're 190th. Okay, let's go 190, 190th. Let's go there. Take that. Now we're at 8-1. Let's attack there. We should put a real hurt on that, and we do. We lose 10 Volksgrenadiers and an 81 millimeter. The Americans lose 40 GIs, 3 trucks, a mortar, another truck, a bazooka, and we do knock that back. And then I guess this guy, I want to move here. This guy makes him sound like he's a wise guy. Let's go here and attack again. It's 5-1, and now we completely destroy that unit. That's what I was hoping to do, and he's still got a lot of movement left. Look at him go. As part of the 190th here. Whoa! We uncover a new American unit. I didn't know that was there. Wow. Okay, that just jumped out of nowhere. Um, okay, good to know. I'm glad we didn't take any intercept fire. That's probably because he's in heavy woods. I mean, how much fire can he do? Now we've got the 183rd that we're going to move right up here. What does this now look like? Oh, we could bring in that artillery. Oh, these would both be ranged attacks. That's fine. Let's go ahead and just see if we can kind of figure out what the hell he's got in here. Well, we don't know. We know he's got a 105 millimeter howitzer, probably because it fired back at us or something. But we've now got this in, pretty tough shape, I would say. The artillery, nothing more to move here. Okay. Now I'm kind of tempted to bring all these guys up here. This doesn't look very strong to me. And we've got a whole nother division here. What does this look like? 8-1? If we throw the anti, now we go 13-1 with the anti-tank, and of course 24-1. But I want to keep movement points. So let's do this attack on this artillery. Wow, we just completely destroyed those 2 units. We do lose 1 Panzerschreck, uh, but 30 GI Greens, 10 rear area, 11 trucks, 11 bazookas. Excellent. So that's just gone. And we'll start to come up this road with the 164th. Okay. And you can kind of come up this way. Then we have these other elements of the 162nd, which we could bring here, which would allow us to take this part of the 162nd. This is the Fusiliers. Out and around. Um, we may get some return fire. Nope. Okay, perfect. So there go the Fusiliers. 183rd and 162nd. So this is part of the divisional. This is part of the 183rd. The 190th is there. 183rd is here, including its artillery. We can't move that anymore. The 2 Nebelwerfers, which have helped out quite a bit. We do have the Stug group that could move up here. What's the stack here? 74. All right, let's move these Stugs, which go back to the core headquarters, which is back. Where is the core headquarters? I think it's right there, right? Yes, it is indeed. Okay. Is that right? That is the 66th Corps. This is the 66th Corps. Okay. Yeah, I could put him there, but I think I'm just gonna move here with the Stugs. And then I think this engineer group, I'm gonna get back across the river. They're almost serving like a recon group. Let's get them out here. Let's keep on moving down the main road. We're moving right along the river here. Is that far enough? I think so. Now these Americans could, try to retreat out here, but I think that's going to be quite difficult. You can see there's St. Vith. Look how far we can get up here, right? Um, I mean, it's tempting, but I don't want to get too far afield here. I think we've got to pull on the reins a little bit. His stack is 36. This is only at 113. He could get moving up here, the divisional headquarters. Let's do that. Okay. I don't want to really attack right there. He's moved around. Now we have, that's what I was looking for, the 164th. I think I also want him to come up this road. Should I get up on the heights? He's still on the road. Yeah, let's put him there. And this anti-tank, wow, he can go quite a bit further. Let's go ahead and move him out there. Uh-oh, he's almost out of fuel. Um, or at least his reserves are not looking good. I've been warned that fuel becomes a real problem out here. I mean, I haven't played the game through myself. Obviously, this is the first time we're playing it through. But I've been told by other people, really watch your fuel. Okay, I think this all looks fine. He can you go further? You could. Do I want you to? Probably not. Um, Getting up here seems to be, now see, he can't cross the river there. Well, shoot fire. I'm not sure how, oh, look at that. He can go out and around though from the 1128th here. Okay, so we're going back to the 560th. Wow. I mean, we can really get moving out here. Let's scoot back for a second, kind of get the big picture. All right. Wow, we're really leaving this division behind here. What is that, the 18th? I guess it's not terrible. Um, but we got to get these guys moving as fast as we can just to protect for the motorized. Well, I guess we should move this motorized. I'm kind of avoiding it, not because it's not, I mean, it's the funnest, the most fun part of the game. The funnest, my God, what's wrong with my English? The most fun part of the game, I guess. But you got to be so careful. You just can't do this stuff willy-nilly. You can't afford to lose some of these tanks and some of this motorized. I'm going to take a break for just 1 second, grab a drink, and I'll be right back. We're going to do the motorized in 1 second. All right, so here's the big grand overview of just kind of forget about 2nd Panzer SS up here. Because that doesn't have any units really. It's just got this artillery. But down here is what we're looking at. 1st SS, which goes back to 6th Panzer. So this is all 6th Panzer. Now we've already moved the 12th Division for the most part. I mean, we may have a few points left, but we'll go back and check that out in a bit just to make sure before the end of the turn. But we've got all of this, which is 1st SS, the big command, and the smaller command. That's the entire core. This is in essence, the divisional command. Um, and we've got all of this down here, right? Which is part of Piper, which is also part of 1st SS. Let's now, usually in games like this, I like to move from back to front, in turn-based games, because you can move up, you can figure out what you can hold, and then you can move these guys out faster. But in this case, I actually think I'm going to move these guys out here first. And they're part of the 12th SS. This is a recon unit. And I mean, we're on the main road here. And what is our objective? Well, I would like to get to Malmedy first. If we look at the strategic map of where we are, there's Malmedy, right? If we can get out to Malmedy, we start putting a lot of pressure, right? Because we could always turn north and try to trap everything American up here. You've also got St. Vith to the south, right? Go to Malmedy, come south to St. Vith. Well, I don't want to stick too close to historical. It didn't work the first time. So we've got this grief team here that we placed behind American lines. We could also put another grief team out here within 10 hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could put one there, for instance. So let's go look at the office. No, I'm sorry, that's a general card. Okay. Um, again, I haven't done the air recon yet either. We could also do that. I'll look at that in a second. But let's go to combat units. Do I have it? Yeah, there we go. Let's play the card. And if we go out here, where was that? It was like here. I think this is where I'd want them. I think that's within 10. Yep, we can play card. We can't go all the way to Vames, or can we? Is that within 10? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we would get an error there because I think you can only do it within 10. It says we can definitely play it here though. Let's play the card there. All right. So they're now out a ways, and we can, kind of see, is anything on this road? Well, we don't really see much. Excellent. Let's get let's get to moving. I like these little grief teams. I think they're a nice addition to the game. Probably something that some developers wouldn't think about. But yeah, I like it. Okay, let's take this grief. I was about to say grief. Let's take this recon group. Aha, now we're starting to uncover some things. Coming up the main road here. He can get across the bridge, but it's bridge this way and bridge this way. That's fine. Let's get him out here. He takes no intercept fire. Excellent. Okay. Now I would assume that something is here, right? I mean, but I think what I want to go do is go to air support and play air recon. So, we will spend about 4 points. I do want to build up to those reinforcements, but I think this is a good place to maybe play the card out here. And where do I want to play it? Vames or Butenbach? Uh, Faymanville? Well, maybe. Let's play it here. Let's play it here. And let's see what we uncover. Yeah, let's play it there. Um, Due to weather, only 3 of the 10 aircraft managed to participate. 3 aircraft participating. We managed to get 60 recon points on 37 hexes. Okay, great. Well, now we uncover. Doesn't look like a whole lot out here. Now, we may not have full recon on some of this stuff, of course, but it uncovers a bit. All right, so now this is 2nd SS. This is 12th. Let's go down. Let's zoom down a little bit and see what else is part of 12th SSHJ. Let's find out. 12th SS, 12th SS. Oh, we got quite a bit back here. So this was that recon group. And these all go back directly to the 12th. Okay, so 25th, 26th, 12th, the 560th Panzerjäger, Kraus, Ott, Kraus and Ott, 12th and 25th and 26th. Okay. Wow, we've got a lot of units back here. This 25th group, hey boy, he really cannot get very far. That's disappointing. This is also where we have Kraus. Kraus, I'm going to move down the road. And I think I'll put him, let's say, in Wurtzfield. Okay, let's put that there. So we've got infantry there. The 12th can handle this, or I certainly hope it can. Um, you cannot move. Anti-tank could move, though. What's our stack there right now? 83, that's not a problem. So let's put the anti-tank there. He can't move any further. Okay. Now we have this part of the 25th that I did determine. Wow. Okay, he can't get very far either. Crossing these rivers there's a real cost to it, certainly. Oh boy, I was hoping I'd get a lot further than this. Well, out he goes. Um, and then this is first SS anti-tank. Okay, We also have these Nebelwerfers back here. Do I want to get them moving forward, or I want them to, start helping with this stuff? I think we'll probably move them forward. This is also, let's see, 25th here. So this is the group I'm going to take, I guess to the north, relatively speaking. Um, we've got just pure artillery out here too. Anti-tank, motorized. Let's go to the order of battle. I like how it takes you directly to the unit when you go to the order of battle if you're selected on it. Okay, so this is part of 1st SS. So I want to deal with 12th first. Where is Ott? I'm not talking about the number. Um, he goes back to 1st. He goes back to the Panzer Army. He goes back to 12th. Okay, so he's a unit I do want to get moving forward, but I don't want him to take up the road space. 12th SS, we got a bunch of Panthers in that group. Holy smokes. Well, let's make sure they're undercover because the Americans love to bomb Panthers. Let's move you. Gosh, his stack just on his own is 224. So he's going to have to move into this minor city. And then this anti-tank, I think we'll get this moving out here as far as we can. What is this? This is the command. Oh, that's in Bullingen. Got it. Okay. Just trying to get oriented here. That's 1st SS. This is 12th SS. Okay. This is 25th SS. I think this guy I want to move here, and we'll take 1st SS and loop it around potentially. What would this attack look like? Oh, there's Ott. 2-1, and we also have a grief team out here. Now we go 3-1. Is that good enough? I don't think so. We need more here. The stack's 188 now. This, oh, that was the grief team. So the stack's 188. So that's Ott. Why don't we bring him there? Okay. And then, so we're getting most of this, 12th moving here. Well, this is a pretty strong force. This is going to cost 70 movement points to go here. I mean, I think we want to attack into Bullingen if we could. Well, let's move that there for now. That's a mech unit. We could also attack here with the motorized to the side, but I'd rather attack with like Niddle here. Niddle goes back to the 1st, but he's the furthest out here. He can get a long ways. I'd rather bring something from the back to attack there. Piper, maybe. What else do we have here? No. Piper's connected to 1st. Okay. Oh, we've still got this unit. Don't forget about this guy. This is part of 12th. I think we want... Now, see, I don't want to bungle up the road here first. You can see we're getting way too much traffic on this road. Okay. Could he go this way? Eh, fine. Well, I'll put him on the road up here. Um, these are the engineers for 12th. They could go here, or they could go, yeah, why don't we put them here? Because this 2nd SS group, I guess I am going to use Niddle here. What does that attack look like? 7-1. And now he would only be at 84%. I mean, that takes it to 27-1, though. I'd rather move something else up here, and the reason is I want this guy to get moving, but he can't really move until that's gone. We also have this recon group. Why don't we get him moving? He takes no fire there. These guys I really want to be the southern movement here, but let's keep them moving down the road. So here we go. This is part of 1st SS Panzer Grenadier Regiment. They go back to Piper. Piper's back here. He's going to be the southernmost flank of this. Okay, Let's go here by Butenbach. And then we've got a bunch of Panthers that can go moving down the way. We've also got a potential attack here. Now that's 1-to-1. That's against artillery. See, you just can't get very far. Not as far as I would suspect. We're not on a major road, I get that, but man, let's get this guy. I want to keep him going as a recon unit, really, this motorized force. Schoppen, yeah, we've got enough to know nothing's there. Let's keep on moving back. I mean, he's used up almost all of his fuel here. He's starting to get a fuel problem. Okay, now then, let's bring this Panzer Regiment up and around. What would this attack look like against artillery? Yeah, I don't really want to lose any tanks for what I don't really, think is the greatest attack in the world. Let's bring these guys around. These are Panzer IVs and Jagdpanzers. Um, Now the problem is these guys are in fields completely exposed. He is in heavy forest. That's good. What is this? This is also fields. I'd like to get into that town if we could. This guy, I'm actually going to move back and make sure he's in town. We can't get all the way to town there. He's just in fields. He's out of fuel. Okay, that's what that is. I mean, he's completely in the red. He's come out here a long, long ways. Well, let's start then back here and go back through and make sure we've got everything out of the 12th. You see the anti-aircraft and the command. What's the stack here? 275. Let's take this, which is part of the second. Oh, for love of goodness. Let's attack there. Let's just do it. And we'll take Niddle 25-1. We need to get rid of this. And we almost completely destroy that unit. So that's gone for the most part. I mean, it's not completely gone. But I think all we need to do then is go here. We'll attack there. And we took out the rest of it. Okay, so that looks good. And then we've got motorized here. Or we can't attack into that. Okay, we could come here and try to attack. Again, these guys are going to be awfully exposed out here. That is fields. I think I need to move him one way or the other so he's in forest. Maybe back all the way here. Heavy forest. I mean, this is just artillery. I'm going to attack. We lose 4 Panthers there. Didn't like that. Okay, that was not probably what I should have done. But sometimes sometimes you take a chance. It got a little over my skis there. Um, okay, what else do we have down here? Do we want one unit to go this far south? I think we do. Let's take him down to Holzheim. Um, they're just going to be this southern force here. Then we've got Piper that can move up here. That's Hansfeld. Okay, Piper will go there. We've got engineers, so we've actually got some infantry that can move out here. Let's get him going. Then we've got anti-aircraft that can come sit. Wish I could get him all the way up there. Then we've got Tigers. What's your stack? 191. He's in heavy forest now. Tell you what, I want to keep moving the headquarters down the road. Let's go there, and let's put the anti-aircraft there, and then let's put the Tigers in town. Okay. Now then, this is part of 1st SS. I mean, we haven't fired much artillery up here yet, certainly. Okay, this anti-tank is part of 1st SS, which is really going to kind of loop around to the south here more. So let's maybe take him down this road. We've also got 12th Division here. Maybe they could come out here and protect 12th Division anti-aircraft. He can get all the way out here and protect these guys. I think maybe that's what I want to do. I think I got a little ahead of myself right there. Now, this is the 12th, but I'm going to bring that anti-aircraft up here and protect all of that if I can. Now, I probably have some back here that can also come up, but we're going to need that to attack or to protect other stuff. This is part of First SS, so let's bring him around to here. That anti-tank, that's the 12th. He can move forward one more, but I don't want to get him out of town. Then we have more 12th SS anti-tank. That's your stack 104. Let's have you go there. Okay. Now we've got more of the 25th here. He can go up, let's say to right there. Um, First SS, we've got Nebelwerfers, more Nebelwerfers that can go. Again, that's in heavy forest, so I'm trying not to hit that as much. Where are you? You're in fields. All right, let's take this bit of 12. To stack here 215. Sorry, I'm flipping around quite a bit. I think Hanson and this group are going to be moving this way. Why don't we just go ahead and get them going? They go back to first. So Hanson goes. Then we've got sort of a recon type group here that can go. Do we just attack this? Maybe we should. We've got Stugs. We've got motorized. The Stugs is part of 12th. Okay. Let's take you here then. Let's move him forward and start really talking about attacking here. Niddle takes us to 2-1. Okay, well, no. See, we got to get through Bulge in there. He could go here or he could go here, but oh, this is part of the 26th. So he's part of the 12th up here. Could he attack? Just a ranged attack. Okay, this is also part of the 12th. Okay, Wurtzfield. Can I get anything else over to Wurtzfield? No. That's Fields. That's Maringen. All right, let's put you in Maringen. And then this part of 26th can come here. All right. Sandig is part of first. So let's get him up and going around this way. This is part of 26th. Let's go there. The anti-aircraft I'm going to bring up and set right in the middle of all this stuff. Now these guys are in town. These guys are in fields. Okay, so the anti-aircraft I have right in this area, and then you have Maringen there, fields. Some of this, the KGs I'm not as worried about. We do have this grief team that I'd kind of forgotten about. This 12th unit is, oh, that's right. We've also got these guys that can provide anti-aircraft. Maybe here or here. The stack here is out of control though. 369, it's too much. Let's go there with that anti-aircraft. This motorized is going to have to get out of here and come around. Just going to loop him around. I could attack here. It's 1-1, 1-1, 2-1. But I don't think we need to take chances like that yet. I'm going to move him around this way. We've got this headquarters, fairly isolated. Where's he going to go? I think we'll just leave that alone for now. The Nebelwerfers, let's get them moving up to Belingen, so they're a little protected. It's your stack now 144. These Nebelwerfers that go back to 1st SS, they can also come up here. We've got Panzerjägers, more Nebels. Let's go there. The Panzerjägers that go back to 12th and come up here. We'll just set them on top of that. And with that, I think I'm going to call this an episode. Now we're out and moving. I really wish maybe I would have attacked this with some of the forward elements just to get it out of the way. Um, because it's slowing us down ever so slightly. I don't think it's a huge deal, but it's certainly slowing us down. When we come back next time, we're going to move the rest of first SS, and then it should be pretty quick to get through the rest of the turn. We'll definitely turn the turn next time. Now, we still have motorized elements to move in kind of the south of the center, and we'll also do that. So, anyway, it's been Strategy Gaming Dojo. Hopefully, you're enjoying this. I know I am. This is a great game. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.